Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with an update video today. We'll have a bit of a chat about what's happening around the country. We might have a look at a few newspapers as well to see what the headlines are that are breaking in Spain at the moment. And then at the end of the video, we'll go through some of the comments and check out what is happening in the comment section. And today, basically, the news is all about AstraZeneca again and the problems that we have had over the last 4, 5, maybe even 6 months with this particular vaccine, especially here in Spain and other European Union countries. Now I'm back in the garden again today. As you can see, it's a fantastic day. It's about 24, 25 degrees, going to hit about 28 or 29, and the weather in this part of Spain is definitely starting to heat up. The birds are happy. You can hear them chirping in the background, and you might even see one or two in the garden there foraging around for something to eat. Now, what's happening in Spain at the moment? As I said, the AstraZeneca saga is dominating headlines again. As we know, last week in Spain, the government gave the authorization for people to be vaccinated with AstraZeneca again, or they gave people the choice. They had a choice between AstraZeneca or Pfizer, and I think the government thought that most people were going to choose Pfizer, especially after all of the negative publicity that has surrounded AstraZeneca over the last few months. But that is not the case. As we saw yesterday, 9 out of 10 people here in Spain, when given the choice between Pfizer and AstraZeneca, are choosing AstraZeneca because obviously they were vaccinated firstly with AstraZeneca and then all of the problems occurred. Countries here in Europe suspended AstraZeneca for a while there, and Spain suspended AstraZeneca for longer than other countries. And then finally last week, or maybe it was the week before, they decided to allow AstraZeneca again. And if we go into one of the newspapers here in Spain, El Mundo, we'll see headlines about this. For example, this one here, the health department admits that they have a serious problem because of the huge demand for AstraZeneca. And as I said before, the government was obviously thinking that people were going to choose Pfizer and not AstraZeneca, and now they have a supply problem. But don't worry, the AstraZeneca smear campaigns are continuing. There have been various articles in the press recently about how many people have had secondary effects from AstraZeneca, the amount of people that have unfortunately passed away because of blood clots, and how many people in the country have experienced blood clots after getting the AstraZeneca vaccine. We didn't hear anything about that before, but all of a sudden this news has suddenly made the headlines. So another way I believe that the government is trying to put people off AstraZeneca and try to fix that serious problem that they have when it comes to supply. And if we go into the state broadcaster RTVE and check out what they're saying about AstraZeneca, we can find articles like the one I just said about how many people have been affected by AstraZeneca in the country. Let's have a look. So firstly, we've got this headline here. The health department confirms a link between 4 deaths and 20 cases of blood clots after receiving the AstraZeneca vaccine. And then this article here, the health department is asking the autonomous communities to respect the agreement, but they are recommending against using it as the second dose. So the government in a bit of a pickle when it comes to AstraZeneca. But as I also said yesterday, the Spanish population has spoken when it comes to the vaccine of choice for that second dose, and AstraZeneca is winning hands down. Now, the debate about wearing masks outdoors here in Spain is also making headlines again today. We can see here in the English version of El País, they're asking the question, is it time for Spain to end the mandatory use of face masks outdoors? And the byline, experts are divided on whether the measure should be lifted, with some arguing that coronavirus transmission rates need to be lower and vaccination coverage higher for it to be considered. And obviously this debate is making headlines because here in Spain we have been wearing face masks now for a long time, both indoors and outdoors, and it has been compulsory since I think June last year. And it's a debate that needs to be had. I don't think anybody disagrees with the fact that you have to wear a mask if you go into a crowded shopping centre, or if you take public transport, or if you enter another indoor public space. But the fact that you have to wear a mask when there's nobody around here in Spain, if you're walking down the street in this particular neighbourhood and there's no one around, I don't think it's necessary to wear a mask. But if I don't wear a mask, the police can pull me up, give me a warning, and if I'm a repeat offender, I can get a fine. And to be honest, I think it should come down to common sense. If you are in a crowded part of the city, no problem, put your mask on. If you're in the centre of Madrid, if you're in a place like Malaga, walking down Calle Larios and there's lots of people around, put a mask on. But if you're out and about and there's no one around in a park, for example, I don't think you should have to wear a mask. That's my opinion at least, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people that would be put off coming here on holiday if they had to wear a mask in every situation outdoors. And there's another tricky situation for the government currently in Spain. They're trying to pardon those Catalan independence politicians that were sent to jail a few years ago. The Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez has been in the press a lot recently, trying to prepare the Spanish population that his intention is to pardon those prisoners, and basically the government thinks that the time is right for them to be released from prison. However, the justice system doesn't agree, and it is something that is also dividing opinion in Spain at the moment. Now, I'm not going to talk about it too much today because I don't want to open that particular can of worms. It is a very divisive topic here in Spain, and a lot of people around the country, especially in this part of Spain, think that those people should not be released from prison, considering that they tried to break the unity of the country a few years ago. But as I said, I don't want to open that can of worms. Now we'll go into the comment section because there was a fair bit of debate after yesterday's video, so we'll check out some of those comments. And we'll have a look at this one from NM Explorer. As much as I can't wait to get back to Spain, I want to see some consistency in how everything is handled by the authorities here in the US and there. This means waiting to hear from those who have flown to and from to find out what their experiences with the process have been. Otherwise, it seems that things get decided daily and the policy in place today may not be true tomorrow. Travel is supposed to be about exploration, relaxation, and getting away from stress. Until then, I have old trip photos, a lot of memories, and YouTube. NM Explorer, thanks for the comment, and you're right, travel should be about those things that you mentioned there. Exploration, relaxation, and getting away from stress. But unfortunately, traveling at the moment appears to be a fairly stressful thing to do. And as you mentioned, there doesn't seem to be a lot of consistency when it comes to the messages we are getting from politicians. For example, here in Spain, as we know, the country opened last Monday to people from the UK, but their government is telling them that it's not a good idea to visit Spain at the moment because it's on the amber list, or any other country that finds itself on that same list. And Germany also recently announced that people from the UK that travel there have to go into quarantine for 2 weeks. So people can come here, no proof of vaccination required, no PCR testing required, but people can't go to Germany unless they quarantine, and it's also a European Union country. And Portugal, which is only a 3.5-hour drive from where I am at the moment, is on the UK green list, but Spain's on the amber list, and there's no control stopping people crossing the border freely, so that is also a little bit strange. So I can imagine a lot of people will most likely postpone their travel plans until things start to calm down. Want to hear from Jonathan? Hi Stuart, I have done this many times before. I got married to a Moroccan lady. Anyone non-EU needs this. If the non-EU person is visiting your home, you will need to apply for this invitation letter. If memory serves me right, I had to produce my property deeds, my passport, my residencia, and the dates of them arriving and departing. I then had to go to the police and present all the documents. I also had to send the invitation letter to my now wife in Morocco to present to her immigration authorities, and she also had to prove her job and income. I think at the time it was €1,000 per month. Hope that helps. All the best from Mojaca. Yeah, Jonathan, thanks for the comment. Obviously referring to that carta de invitación that we mentioned yesterday, or the invitation letter that you need if people from outside the European Union are going to be staying with you for any period up to 90 days. And as I mentioned yesterday, I had previously never heard of this letter, and I only just recently found out about it because some people had been talking about it in the comment section. So thanks for telling us about your experience with this letter and the process that you had to go through, given that your wife is not an EU citizen, or at least she wasn't at that time. So some more red tape that we have to go through here in Spain if we want people from outside the EU to stay with us for a period, I believe, of up to 90 days. One here from Michael: like most things in Portugal compared to Spain, an MOT is a piece of cake with centres everywhere run by the government. You can book an appointment and it costs around €30. Yeah, Michael, thanks for the comment. I have seen those ITV or MOT centres scattered around Portugal, and I have also heard that it is cheaper to get that process done there than it is here in Spain. Here in Spain, as far as I know, the ITV centres are private companies. They are not run by the government. Of course, it's government regulation, but the centres are private businesses, and that could be one of the reasons why it's more expensive to get it done here than it is in Portugal. And don't get me wrong, it's not a difficult process to pass the ITV here, just that I get a little bit nervous considering my car is 11 years old and I don't know if I'm going to get that new sticker or not. And that's where my anxiety comes from. But luckily the other day I had no problems and I got the sticker. And finally, one from Winston. Hi Stu, is it possible to block racist comments on your site? I notice a few already. Have a good one, mate. Thanks for your updates. Yeah, Winston, thanks for the comment and thanks for pointing that out to me. To be honest, I haven't seen too many racist comments. Every time I have seen a racist comment in the past, I have blocked that user. What I do see is a lot of abuse towards certain countries. For example, a lot of people criticizing Spain, a lot of people criticizing the UK. I see a fair bit of that, but purely racist comments, I haven't seen too many. And I also don't have time to check every comment, especially replies to comments, and that might be where those racist comments are taking place. But if you see one, Winston, you can also report it. On that note, I'll start to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Debate the situation out as you normally do. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego.